Oh, good, I think it's working. Right, so, okay. So, I'm back again. Yes, the vlogger. Just love my watch. Okay, so I've gone over many strange goings on with the world and the universe as we know it. So, apologies, I was having technical difficulties there at the start getting it to work, this camera. So, yeah, I'm the vlogger, and I'm going to talk about more strange, bizarre things happening with this world. Particularly the strange case of Coal Hill School, or as it's now known as Coal Hill Academy. So, what is with this school? Why is it so strange and odd? Well, I believe that this school attracts alien activity and has many alien rifts. I mean, there's a lot of bizarre things going on. As I've said already, dating back as far as 1963, two teachers, a science teacher, Ian Chesterton, and history teacher, Barbara Wright, were regular teachers. Then they disappeared for 2 years until 1965 when they returned with a lot more open minds. Of course, in 1963 there were other incidences such as Daleks around that school the very next day after Ian and Barbara disappeared, with another student there, Susan Foreman. Like I said, there's no record of her. No record of her, no birth certificate, just her. Living with her grandfather at apparently 76 Totters Lane, which is a junkyard. But in 2016, I think it was, the class of that year, a lot of bizarre things were happening. Very bizarre. First of all, there was a new teacher in town, or a new staff member named Quill. Now, there's no record of her existence at all whatsoever. So, who the hell is she? Also, there was another student that joined named Charlie. Again, no records of him found, or of his existence at all. But there were other students. There was Ram and April, and Charlie had a boyfriend who was Polish, and there was another young pupil who was a few years below, but due to some qualifications, she jumped a few grades. She wishes to, well, that's the thing, in all articles I've found, she's anonymous, or wishes to remain that way. But a lot of weird things were happening then, especially the student April. At one point, there were recordings of her behaving strange and having her eyes change weirdly, believing that she was possessed, or did she have an interconnection with some alien beings across the universe? She got closer to her fellow student Ram, who was a great footballer. Well, no pro footballer, he was a student that had a great passion for football. After the prom, he pretty much had a whole, problem where he wasn't as good as playing, but also wore a lot of long trousers after that, never showed his leg. What happened to it? Did he injure his leg at this prom? Then there was this prom, an autumn prom, one night where it was like a regular prom night, I think, and then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. Students panicked everywhere. And what was going on? Some CCTV cameras have recorded, they've been lost since, of shadow like alien creatures appearing through these portals. Not only that, The blue box was seen that night, with a man around it, the doctor. I know it was definitely him, the doctor. Did he stop this alien threat from the Shadowkin? I mean, these aliens. But after that, these group of youths stayed together as friends and seemed to always be around when a weird incident occurred. There was the PE teacher who believed to have this tattoo of a dragon on him, and he just disappeared one day. There were these weird vines at one point where they got people and made them sleep or something. Plants, where did they come from? Of course, as I said already, Cohill Academy has had many strange, bizarre cases, and some just cannot be explained. Like English teacher Clara Oswald, who during her teacher training she worked as a nanny or something, and she then gained a full qualification as an English teacher at Cohill. She was seen a few times with this strange man that fitted the doctor's description or looked somewhat like John Frobisher. But she, you know, formed some relationship with another teacher named Danny Pink, and he sadly died in a car accident in 2014. He was hit by a car whilst he was talking on the phone to her, I believe. But in 2015, but also 2014, it was around that time we had all them Cybermen around, and Unit, as I say, was involved in that. Also, that strange man was spotted there with a woman in just sort of like Mary Poppins. Anyway, yeah, a year after the Cybermen ordeal, the teacher Clara Oswald disappeared and was never seen again. No reason, no explanation, but she was gone. Disappeared off the face of the earth, and she's never been found or seen since. What happened to her? Last she was seen was going into an alleyway. It's a bizarre thing. Again, something to do around the school of Coal Hill. I mean, this wasn't the only school. There was another school in the mid 2000s that was behaving strange, like the kids getting better at grades and teachers disappearing, being replaced with strange individuals. And then that school just blew up. Journalist Sarah J. Smith went to investigate, but has had no comment on it since. Also, there was one teacher named Mr. Smith there who was very resembling of, like I said, Smith from 1913. There are so many faces throughout history, I've got to go over them. But yes, Coal Hill. Like Cardiff, there's something around that's alien activity, and we gotta, what's going on there? What is it? I don't know. I do not know, but I know that there are strange goings on, and this doctor has been there throughout these years, coming and going, checking in on it. Of course, there are people out there that clearly know the doctor, and they clearly know that they have to keep things safe and secure during his absence, as I've talked about so many times in this series. And like I said, there are people that have gone missing and then returned. Some disappeared forever and gone and believed to be dead. But some have returned to tell their stories. Well, not exactly tell their stories, but like I said, this doctor has human companions. I don't know if he guarantees their safety or anything, but some do come back. It's different people. have a new outlook on the world and feel they need to defend it in the Doctor's absence. The Returned. I think I've spoken enough today. We'll leave it here for now, but I'll talk about it soon, about The Returned. Until then, I'll be seeing you. I can't turn this thing off now.